we're jumping into the stages. So you get to see what it actually looks like and what the people are doing. And also, I'm excited to say that you'll be able to have a sneak peek into the jury deliberations. So please join me in snooping around the pitching stages.
Refreshing the page, there's another judge to join us, but we will have to move on if there are some technical issues. So soon we will be joined by our first startup of this session. It will be Foros Auction with Justas. So I think that is loading right now. So every startup will have 3 minutes to pitch and then 4 minutes for our judges. Hello, Justas. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. You can you hear me?
Yes, everything is perfect. Are you sharing your screen with us?
I'm trying.
Okay, so please try. I will do the same thing because I need to share my screen to show you the timings.
Is it working? Do you see my screen?
I can't see it for now, but hopefully it's loading. Are you using Google Chrome? Because that's essential. That's that's very important when it comes to sharing your screen.
Okay, I'm using Safari. Sorry.
So that won't work.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay, we will wait in this case. So Raji, I hope everything is okay, that you're joining in. Well, as you know, we moved online in March, and right now this is the way it works. Sometimes there are some technical issues because we are in the internet together, but it's still great that we are here together. So Igor, where are you at the moment?
Right now I'm at my home, safe, staying at home. But to be honest, I'm staying at home since 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to finish this time of coronavirus.
Yeah, we are hoping that this will come soon. And you, Max, where are you? You're in Berlin?
Yes, as well, at home in Berlin, waiting to be able to cross the border again.
I see. Okay, I thought that you were waiting to to hear our first pitch of this morning. I hope that that's also the case. Yeah.
This as well.
Have you ever joined our jury before? Because I know that Artur Karczykowski from Sunfish has in October, in our October edition.
I was in a jury in one of the previous events when it was in the pre-corona times, when it was still a physical event.
I see. Oh, Artur is here. Hello, Artur. Okay. In this case, maybe we can start with another startup if we're still waiting, because we. So probably we will start with the next startup that we have on agenda, and yes, it's Łukasz. Hello, Łukasz.
Hey, hi everybody.
Can you hear us okay?
Hi.
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Perfect. So Łukasz is from FixMix, and are you sharing your screen?
Yes, I will share my screen just in a second.
Okay. I hope you're using Google Chrome.
Naturally.
Oh, perfect. All right. So now 3 minutes for you. Stage is yours.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Łukasz and I am the CEO of FixMix. So if any of us look around their houses and apartments, you would probably find a lot of broken or semi-broken items like shoes needing new heels or watches needing new battery or a new glass. And if you want to repair it now, it's absolute nightmare nowadays. Inconvenient times, inconvenient places, and low tech maturity of the craftsman. So let me give you the alternative. So let me introduce you FixMix. We fix the items you love for a price you're willing to pay, and we get rid of all the pain associated with the whole customer journey of the repair process. In 3 easy steps, it looks like this. We collect your stuff straight from your home or your office, we repair it, and we update you on the progress, and then after a few days, we bring it back at the convenient time for you, shiny and ready for the second life. We offer it in 2 separate ways. One is at a B2B employee benefit models for corporation and co-working spaces offered as a subscription model or pay per repair. And we plan to launch a B2C mobile app for individual clients as well. What are the direct benefits of it? So there are some no-brainers, like customers. They save a lot of time on the whole scheduling and transportation thing to the craftsmen. The craftsmen themselves, they have another stream of revenues, and the employees in co-working spaces in the corporation can focus on their work rather than repair their things and go to those places during their working times. But we gather a lot of data. We gather a lot of images. We gather a lot of customer insights, so we can supply retail, e-commerce, producers, and brands with a lot of enhanced data applied with machine learning algorithms. So we can introduce algorithms to reduce operational costs. We can have another customer insight, so we can influence the marketing efficiency and increase sales with just-in-time recommendations as well. And why now? Why are we talking now about this kind of a service? Because the trends are really favorable to us, like zero waste. The legislation in European Union is very favorable, like European Union Green Deals, and COVID-19's lockdowns. Actually, this challenge is opportunity for us, like the remote repairs is the perfect timing. And our mission is to start from Warsaw, being the B2B app, and by the end of 2023, we want to have the nationwide first choice repair solution service. The core founder team consists of 3 people. We have Tessa McKeever, who has more than 13 years of experience in global business development management for corporate clients mainly. Janusz Jóźwik, who is a financial expert with 15 years of experience, and myself, I'm a product and UX designer working with cutting-edge technologies for more than 13 years. Thank you very much. Let's talk.
Super, super. Thank you very much. You made it just in time.
Thank you.
Now it's time for the questions from our judges. Max, Igor, do you have any questions for Łukasz?
I would have one. Maybe I'm starting.
If I can start with...
Go ahead, Igor.
Sorry. Thanks, Max. I would like to start with B2C model. You said about applications. So the question is, on which stage of development are you right now? Is it beta version or it's working?
No, we're starting, and we did already demos for B2B application. And once we establish a good solid ground on B2B market, then we plan to launch it for B2C. As we can see from current situation, that is much more challenging than what we have done into B2B market to acquire the clients that way. So B2B is the first step. B2C is the second step for the next year.
Okay, thank you.
With regards to B2B, if I understood correctly, you are not targeting manufacturers, right? But you are targeting the actual workplace of the people to make it more convenient for them. Why?
Well, we're actually, people value their time very much nowadays. Yeah, and they are influenced by the trends of zero waste. So actually, if you want to repair something, it usually comes at the last item of your to-do list. So we want to reverse that list, and we want to help people to reduce the time that they spend on it and actually contribute to the healthier society.
But if I take, for example, an item like a, I don't know, mobile phone to be repaired or the likes, right? What normally, what you could do, you could target manufacturers like Samsung and offer this for them, because the legislation is actually forcing the manufacturers to do these repairs, right? So is that on your map somewhere?
Yeah, so we really appreciate the concept of the circular economy. Yeah, and we see what's happening, especially in the phone repair market. But this is not the market for us right now. We're concentrating on the shoes and leather goods, and expanding the portfolio of our services. So the end game for a few years probably yeah, it's going to be a good concept for us. But so far, we're concentrating on the, let's say, B2B2C. So the end consumers are the busy city dwellers from corporations and co-working spaces.
Okay, and you're focusing product-wise. You're focusing on shoes and leather goods for starters.
Yes.
And okay.
Yes, this is this, and we're going to expand the portfolio of services concerning those goods and concerning the wider good assortment as well.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
No more questions from my side. Or did you mention pricing? Sorry, is so the business model and pricing?
Yes, of course, we have a business model and pricing. So actually, we have a subscription fee, yeah, that can vary from like 75 to 90 zlotys per month for an employee, yeah, for B2B2C model. But if you go for pay per repair, then we apply the 20% margin on the top of our costs.
Mm-hmm. Max, you can click, double click on the icon with the presentation, and we'll make it bigger.
No, I can see it. I can see it.
All right,
Thanks.
super.
Thanks. Okay,
Any
that's
other
it from
questions?
my side.
Okay, Igor, would you like to?
Yeah, maybe last question about competitors. Who is the biggest competitor right now?
Okay, so we see in Polish market, it's very fragmented. Yes, so we see like concierge services, but they are not so concentrated on our goods and they don't give that kind of service. We see Wielki Shoe or Wash, but they don't have that kind of tech maturity, and they have only like shoes assortment, and we have shoes and leather goods, so we have a wide assortment in that case.
All right, time is up. Thank you very much, Łukasz.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Łukasz.
Okay, so we are about to be joined by another startup. I can see that there were some difficulties with dialing Raji in, but we will work on it, and Raji will hopefully join us in the next session, which will be #3. So right now, the next startup will be the one that we already saw on the screen, and it's Justas. And I think that Justas right now will use Google Chrome, which is very important for, for the Hopin platform, and we will be able to move on. I hope that it's loading for now. Okay, yes, Justas is right here. That's perfect. Hello.
Hello again.
Hello again. So please share your screen so that we can start with your pitch.
Yes. So do you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Oh.
Or it's just me.
No, I couldn't see as well.
Yeah, I cannot see it. Not sure why. What do you suggest? Maybe we should refresh again. But not sure. But can you go without the presentation, Justas?
Yes,
because
sure.
we can share it. We can share it with our judges via email quickly, and yeah, and
Yes.
and if you can just talk, I mean, pitch for 3 minutes, and then we will move to the 4-minute Q&A session. So the stage is yours right now. Take it away.
I would like to present you our startup, which is Forest Auction House. I will begin from our traction. We are already working 2 years, 2 years in Lithuania, Baltic states. We started without any venture capital or angel investments. We financed by ourselves as something around 20,000 euros, and we started. And from next month, we started to earn money already. The market fit is proved. Do you see the slides or no? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so just okay. So last year we had 9.6 million euros GMV for selling forests at auction. Our platform helps owners to sell their property at auction. Forest is a bit different property than a regular real estate flat or something, because it has different valuation methods. The price for forest depends on how different the trees, how old the trees are on that land. So that's why the auction for this type of property works. I'm sad that you don't have slides. So about the market. Market in Europe is 23 billion euros, and in United States 40 billion euros. Can you just open website forest.auction?
Sure.
It would be easier for me to talk if I know that you know what I am talking about.
Our moderators will type it in the comments section quickly so that everyone can see. Okay, so as you cannot share your screen, I will give you a little bit extra time so that we can do it. Could we please write down the Forest auction in the chat section so that everyone can open it and see it as we go?
Okay, I'm on it.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, Eustace already wrote it. That's perfect. Okay, so you can continue.
So our platform is for forest sellers, for forest professionals who buy forest and sell timber, and for sawmills who buy timber. So now we have first stage working, which is from customer to the forest professional. We sell the forest to the professional. Next stage will start next week, and this forest buyers will sell timber directly to sawmills via our platform.
Time is up, and now if there are any questions to Eustace from your side, maybe Igor, do you have any questions for the pitch for Eustace?
Yes, I have. Eustace, please tell me, how do you earn the money? Tell me something about the business model.
Commission based. At forest auction, we take buyer's premium, which is in average 7%. So the winner pays, it depends from the price of the forest. If it's cheap, it can be 10% from one deal. If it's more expensive, it can be 3%. So average last year, we had 8% take rate.
Is it a buyer's or a seller's market in general? I don't know about the structure. How many buyers and how many sellers there are on it?
There are a lot of sellers and less buyers. So buyers are professional ones. In Europe, we have something about 100,000 of potential buyers and millions of sellers.
And how do they interact currently? What are you replacing? Are you replacing offline auctions, or
Yeah.
are you making the market more efficient by actually taking out intermediaries, or what is the general structure of the ecosystem?
We are replacing offline negotiations. The market is before this crisis, it was seller's market. Every investor needs to buy forest, yeah. So they compete in the price. Now they can compete in open auction. Before us, they compete somewhere in the field. They don't know what offer is from another buyer, and they lose some deals without this thing.
And is once you make an offer in that auction, is it really binding to the for the buyer? How is that? Because I think there's, after you win the auction, there is a lengthy process of actually finalizing the purchase of that. So can you make sure that it's really that it's binding in the end, or how do you make sure that that this works out?
I get your question. we are, as we call us, we are managed forest auction. So we onboard the seller, we get the application from him, and he, if the auction ends with bids, he's obligated to sell the forest to that buyer. So we lead all this process through the auction, starting auction, ending auction, and to all paperwork to the notary. We are leading from the beginning to the end. So a bit of this is offline.
Okay. And how, sorry that I'm taking all these quick questions here, sorry. I was about to ask, are there any limitations, especially if you talk about cross-border transactions, right? Is it like is it possible for a German to buy Lithuanian forest, or for a Pole to buy Spanish forest, or whatever? How is it, does the EU play a role in there?
Yes, so it's possible. You can buy in Lithuania, you can buy in Latvia, in European Union, you can buy cross-border, and there is investment companies, bigger ones, which are buying in different countries, and we already have cross-border sales. We started now in Latvia, and we have buyers from Latvia buying forests here near the border, because location matters. You need to have your forest not somewhere.
Thank you.
To manage this.
Thank you, Eustace. We ran out of time. Thank you very much. Sorry that there were some difficulties with sharing your screen, but we will make sure to send the presentation to the judges. Well, it happens sometimes. We have to just get used to it. We are all online, and sometimes there are difficulties like this. But well, we are going to be joined by our next startup, which will be Cellberry, and it's Vadim, and we are about to see him on the screen here. Yes, Vadim is here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Are you sharing your screen, Vadim?
Let me check it out.
I hope you are using Google Chrome. It's almost like a
I do.
Yeah. Rhetorical question. just
because
just
I have already
sure.
yeah.
We cannot see it yet. Hopefully it will show soon. Yes,
can you see?
Yes. So if anyone would like to make it bigger, just double click on it to see it on the full screen. And now the stage is yours, and you have 3 minutes.
Okay. Can I start?
Yes.
May I start? Okay. Cellberry, it's a multi-channel listing platform. So what we do is we connect online shops and download the products. For example, you sell your books in Poland, in Warsaw, and you would like to sell them in Germany, in the USA, and other countries. So we connect with your online shop, download all of your books, and upload them on marketplaces such as eBay, Google Shopping, Etsy, Walmart, a lot of systems that we have, at least for now. For example, Etsy in the USA, in Asia, it could be Lazada, so on. We support online shops such as Magento, which is very popular also in Poland and across the world. We support Shopware from Germany, a very big company, and also we support WooCommerce as well. So, and this kind of system, we can help sellers to sell them their products internationally. It's very important, especially nowadays. So because if you would like to increase your sales, you need to have this kind of platform like Cellberry. So, and what is a solution? So we have 15 minutes synchronization, which is very important to prevent overselling, control inventory level. So it's also very important, and transparent pricing. So for example, if you're a starter, you have until 99 SKUs, it's for free of charge. So you can use our product for free of charge without limit. As soon as you have 100 products or more, you need to pay our business model based on SKUs, as I said. So zero staff costs, because our goal is automation, this kind of process, to list all of your products on marketplaces. So no coding required, because we are a SaaS platform, and managing all in one, because we own one e-commerce solution. So easy solution for people that would like to sell their products internationally, globally or locally. That's it.
Okay, so we can start the Q&A session right now. I will not stop the clock and change it to 4 minutes when we're ready. So
Okay.
Max, do you have any questions for Vadim?
Yeah, is it you showed in a slide like the different platforms you support, from Magento to Amazon, whatever. So do I have to enter the products on your platform and you sync it on all of them? Or if I have my platforms already in my Amazon seller account, you would sync it with your platform and then basically put it onto the other platforms as well? Or how?
That's
how
correct.
Can you
Yes,
that?
that's correct. For example, you don't have your online shop, but somehow, for example, you have stuff which listed your products on Amazon, but you would like to sell from on eBay.
Rakuten,
So we can
yeah,
connect with your Amazon account, download all of your products from Amazon, and upload them on eBay. This also we do.
And the other way around, right? Or if I
Yeah.
have my own Magento store, you can put it on Amazon and eBay.
That's
If I have
correct.
it on eBay, I can get it on my own Magento store and on Rakuten or whatever. So it's basically really cross those systems. Okay.
Yes, it's very important, because we have a lot of situation with a lot of sellers. For example, old sellers, they don't have their online shops, but they have huge amount of products which you listed in Amazon. And they usually say, okay, how can somebody help me? For example, in this case. So that's what we do. Our goal is automation. That's why we decided to connect all the systems.
Okay, and do you also synchronize, like, I think categories and attributes is a big pain on Amazon or eBay and all of these things. So do you also synchronize that across platforms? So if something listed in category A, you make sure it gets attribute B on the other platform. So I think that's the biggest, the second biggest pain you have when you actually sell over across different platforms.
Yes, Max, you're absolutely right. There's a big pain, because we called it mapping. You need to map all of your attributes. For example, if you have your online shop and with Amazon, and Amazon has its own requirements for every single category. So now we are working on AI system to make it automatically, because it's very important. Now we have templates. Because users, our customers, they use a lot of platforms, so we can compare, save this information for our future sellers. But we are going to make it automatically until the end of November, because it's very, very important. It's really pain for our sellers.
Okay, thanks.
Vadim, you mentioned about automatization. What is your competitive advantage? As you said, automatization, or you can say something more?
Automatization, a very quick synchronization, up to 15 minutes. Sometimes it could be even less. It depends on the system, because we connect via API. So we depends on API. We can synchronize, for example, every second. And also it's we can synchronize with all the systems. For example, not just doing via online shop, but from Amazon, from marketplaces, and other marketplaces, I'm sorry, and from file. For example, if you have a file like Excel, but you don't have online shop, you can use Cellbuddy. It's very important. So as for me, so my goal is, as a CEO, is to make it easier as possible for sellers.
Right, and who is responsible for creating the solution? Can you tell a little bit about team?
So we have two companies, Gomage and Selbody. Gomage, we use Magento. We work with Magento, like web agency, about 10 years. So I'm CEO and co-founder of Selbody and Gomage. Within 10 years, CTO, which is also co-founder, he's responsible for technical side of Selbody. And we also have very good guys from America, which is responsible for business development, very experienced in this kind of things.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
That's
thanks.
perfect in the timing. So thank you very much, Vadim, for your presentation. And soon we will be joined by our next startup, and it should be loading now. Let's give the system a little bit of patience, and we will have Vendoria with Tomasz Żygadło. Should start soon, so maybe I'll prepare the timing.
Give me a second, I have to share my screen.
Hello,
here?
No worry, we can hear you. Hello, Tomasz.
Hello, hello. Let's see, first is here and hello. So you see my presentation, you see myself. I hope
Yes.
You will enjoy my presentation.
Okay. So just Tomasz, let me start the clock, and you can start now. Yes, go on.
So let's do. So I will present you Vendoria, the better place to buy. If you imagine something like better place to buy, maybe you can write in comments how you can imagine it. So that's first thing. What's on our mission? It's make online shopping simple and enjoyable. It's what we do, what we perform, problems we solve. First of it, buying products is not unified. That you go to some shop, I don't know, from Magento, from whatever, what Vadim integrated, and now we have in every shop a different way of paying, different way of finding, different way of displaying. So we unified it all from big marketplaces and from small shops. It's first thing. Second thing is multi-level marketing. Each of us begins some way. Most of us, big part of us, educators, begin in such kind of kindergarten like multi-level marketing, where we had some products to sell, but the problem is we had some perfumes, but we had to sell it for people who need tires or different things. And we will build first MLM in next weeks, who will be containing everything. Using content from the different marketplaces by affiliate marketing and different and all possible partnership sources. So that's what we built. Why are we better? Helping customers. That's something also what's new, that our MLM members will be experts from different branches, like car mechanics, for example, about tires, for expert of perfumes, whoever. Now we have COVID, so in COVID times it's a lot of people who just lost their work. Here they got a chance to just have a really good life. And we, of course, we have all products for what they will be able to sell. Next, I want to show the size of market. E-commerce is worth 6 times more than Polish PHB. About biggest marketplaces also. Amazon, Alibaba. Alibaba is probably the most similar to us in the concept. The big MLMs also generate a really big revenue and they have a really big value. We also will add to that whole infrastructure cryptocurrencies in our business plan written. I can show you it after NDA. Our members, core members of team, because we built quite a strong team. We have developers, marketers, and start building it. The funds we need is $2 million, and we will use it to build a team, unify network, and build a global company. So, questions?
What's the revenue you currently have?
Currently, we have quite a small scale because we are now building it again after previous way, which we started as Poszukiwacz 24. It was our previous name. where we got quite a big scale, but now revenues are quite small because we just didn't build scale. We now testing all the solutions. That's why I put it myself as a scale where we launch market, but still it's not a big revenue.
Okay.
There are thousands of zloty, but it's too small numbers to just see it in target level scale.
Okay.
Next
Tomasz,
question.
I saw some information that your objective was to gain 3% of Polish e-commerce market until 2019. So the question arises, did you manage to accomplish it? What is your current market share?
Where did you find it?
Probably it was from one startup website.
Can I see it? Because you know, that was a way of thinking from that time. We for real concentrated on building the model. Probably it was mistake doing it without external financing. That's why also it went a little slower than we expected. Currently, we just decided to switch a little model of how we will do it. That's why we now look for venture capital and things like that. And current market share is very small, of course. That's so that's not 3%. So if you found something like this, I have to remove it because that time it was not a success. So what can I speak more?
How will you compete against the big marketplaces there are, right? So you need tons of marketing dollars to actually attract users. I currently don't see the value proposition that will allow you to attract those users. So why should I go to your place, and why shouldn't I go to Amazon as a consumer, as a buyer?
Okay, I'm telling you. First of all, we collect we collect offers from all places. So it's all Amazon will also integrate. So that's one of the reasons. Second reason, the most important probably, is what we are buying now. We are creating now is the model where you will be able to just get information about, for example, those tires I spoke in pitch deck, that if you have the tires you want to buy, some of them are for sport driving, second are for, I don't know, driving from home to church. Another tires are very good for, I don't know, going in strange locations. So that kind of expert will be able to just tell you which are good for you, not good for everybody, good for you. So that's what you will get next weeks in Vendoria.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
No more
you so much.
questions.
Also, Christian is asking if the technology is complete behind Vendoria.
In big part, yes, but of course it's a lot more to add and a lot more to build. We are building the whole infrastructure, whole ecosystem here. That's why it's difficult to say is it finished or not. It will be never finished fully.
That's a good answer in my opinion. That's perfect. So thank you, Christian, for asking the question, and thank you, Tomasz, for your presentation and for answering the questions of our judges. So your time is up. So thanks a lot. And okay, all right. Okay, we still have one startup left, but we're not sure if they will be able to join us. So. Actually, if we have a little bit of time left in our #2BlueStage session, Igor, I'd like to ask you, maybe could you tell us a bit about yourself, about your background, yeah, if you'd like to share anything with our participants here, that's the perfect timing for that.
All right, thank you, Rosie. Basically, what I'm going to say will not be surprising, but I would like to share some feelings with you because for a couple months I had an opportunity to live in China, and I will not say anything revealing, but this country is totally different from other countries, different in terms of culture, community, or even a business. And however, during this adventure, I learned a few things about business as well as interpersonal relations. Nevertheless, I think that two of them are the most important. And first of all, people. They can make our life easier abroad and support in difficult moments, which certainly occur. And the second issue is adaptability, because living in China taught me that I must always be alert and prepared for unexpected moments and challenges. And as a result, I need to adapt quickly to them. And I think the same applies to business and startups, starting with people, because if you want to think about success, you must first you must to take care of creating the best team and covering necessary competencies, because the people in your team mainly determines the win. And moreover, you must, yeah, as I said before, you must be ready to constantly adapt to new situations, to change the business model, and even to take advantage of opportunities or even minimize threats from the market. And what exactly, unfortunately, very clearly show us the current situation of coronavirus. And maybe it's not a key to achieve success, because some other factors are important as well. But I'm convinced that those two issues is what you really need to care about. And in my opinion, I believe that all startups which I saw today have both. And something personal about me, it's my third time at Wolf Summit. 2 years ago, I was speaking about creating innovation ecosystem between startups from one side and from the other with big companies. And in the same time, it was my second time with performing as a judge. So from this point, I would like to say thank you for all of the pitches and for having me here today. And of course, best wishes for Wolf's team.
Thank you very much, Igor. Thank you for telling us about yourself, about the current situation. Well, this is exactly what we had to do at Wolf Summit. You know, adapt to the situation and go online. That's why we meet here. So thank you very much for that. And Max, if I can ask you the same question, if you could tell to our listeners about yourself, maybe. At Sunfish VC, what are your goals? What are your goals at Sunfish VC, and maybe about your background as well? That would be
of
perfect.
course. So yeah, I think the goals haven't changed, right? We still have the same goals in identifying brilliant entrepreneurs as early as possible that have solutions that are really changing the world. Luckily, we have already pre-corona invested in a company called Molecule One, who's actually actively involved in the supporting companies in the search of COVID-19 drugs by their ratio synthesis of molecules using machine learning. So it's interesting to see how this company now is working on the forefront and helping to combat the virus. And so this is what we consider really life-changing or really innovative breakthrough innovation. So we're trying to do obviously the same that we did before. Since we are investing with a very strong focus on Poland, and part of our team is in Poland, part of it is in Germany. So we are kind of forced in working from working remotely, right? Because the we still cannot cross the border, so we have to do everything remotely. Even so, we're just about to close an investment, maybe today, maybe it will take until Monday. So we have to work with like some complications like powers of attorney, because we have to be present for a subscription of shares in front of a Polish notary. So it's not getting easier from a process point of view. But what I can see, for example, we are a fund that is co-financed by PFR Ventures, and we can see that they are really also thinking very much about how they can make support startups, or how they can support their funds to actually be more by being more flexible, by loosening some of the restrictions to make it easier for funds like ours to act during the coronavirus crisis. So yeah, so that's so we're kind of still looking for the same. So we're not changing our investment criteria in the crisis. We're not going to invest in companies we wouldn't have invested in before. It's definitely a challenge to really get to know founders. Normally we try to, as part of our due diligence, we try to spend at least 12 hours together with the founder or founding team during workshops, having dinner, just talking and getting kind of looking behind the scenes, looking behind, understanding them a little bit more. And obviously this is hard to achieve through Zoom, Skype, and all the electronic means of communication. So that is, I think, the biggest challenge is really getting to know the people behind the companies when you cannot meet them personally.
Yeah, sure. That's why, solutions like, as you said, like you have Zoom, but sometimes it's not so easy, just to get so personal, like to really, really get to know a person. But I am sure that, many teams are working on it right now to make it better, to make, people feel the closeness, even if we are all far away. And I hope that this April conference is also getting us, together in one place. Last Thursday of the month, we are all here and can talk about, innovation, can see many startups. So in general, regarding the startups that will be pitching, feel free to go to other stages, later today. Maybe there you will find someone suitable for what you're looking for, Max. So there are many more startups pitching today. Many of them are from Poland as well. And yeah, so thank you very much for talking about your background and what you're looking for. I can also let you know what our startups are looking for today, because I'm not sure if you've heard, but the main award actually will go to three of the startups, and it will be joining the acceleration program by Expara VC from Singapore. And three star. Oh, hello there. Hi, what's your name?
She can't hear you, but working in home office, you can never always have your family around you.
Exactly. I love it. This is perfect. Last time in March, we had one startup pitching, and suddenly a dog decided to steal the show. So that's completely normal to get interrupted. Yeah, for us here, it's actually cool, because we are in the studio, and we can focus on on what we're doing. But most of the times you are at your home, and sometimes get distracted. So yeah.
Okay.
So back to the Expara VC, to the awards that will be given to the startups. It will be for three startups who actually and do something to tackle the COVID-19 situation. And yeah, so three startups will be awarded today, and our judges in the finals will be Douglas Abrams from Expara VC, with Paulina Białek, who you probably already heard during our previous editions, and many panels, many keynote discussions. That also goes to Douglas Abrams. So also we'll be joined by Rico, Douglas Karup, and Krista Supavatanakul, and that's information for everyone. And that will happen at 4 p.m. today. So yeah, I think that unfortunately we won't be joined by the startup. I can see from my team here that unfortunately they won't be able to connect. But what can we do? That's the way it works right now. So yeah. So thank you very much for joining me here today. If there's any last words that you'd like to say in this session, if you'd like to say anything, it's say bye to the team, to everyone.
Yeah, thanks for the startups. Thanks for the startups. Thanks for presenting. Thanks for having us as or me as a judge here. So enjoyed it. I'll file my my comments later. So thanks a lot.
Okay,
Thank you a
super.
lot
Yeah.
again.
Thanks, Igor. Thanks for being here again. Thanks, Max, for joining. And yeah, see you somewhere around the conference. And our next session starts soon, so make sure to join us there as well. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good luck.
Bye.